Sunday, Coral Way, windy, 27th Avenue, Signal.
Rezos, for Spanish, prayers in English, is a work I've been doing for a number of years. The first one was in 2007 in Madrid, but it has gone through many different cities. For instance, in Jerusalem, in Cartagena, in Bergen, in Norway, and the most recent one that is in Miami. It comes from a series of ideas. The first one, and the most important one, is coming from the Aboriginals. The Aboriginals sing songs when they walk the landscape in Australia. And they have this idea that the world exists because they sing the world. So there is no pre-existing world, but they create the world by singing. And this mixed together with this Borgesian idea as well, clon ukbar urbis tertius, of the possibility of creating reality by desiring it. That you desire an object to exist and then the object comes. So it is this idea that a city comes into existence by the people who describe it. The notion of metafiction is very important in my work, and as such I have a preference for metafictional authors. It is a whole repertoire of authors that I have been following and reading. They come back again and again. Joyce, Bradbury, also Poe, Edgar Allan Poe, Macedonio Fernandez, lately Julio Cortázar.
I remember the pale green tint of Coca-Cola bottles. I remember not really trusting mincemeat pie, what was in it, and dressing too. I remember the way
I have been admiring for a long time, and I remember by Joy Brainerd, in which he describes his life in short sentences. I remember this, I remember that, and then you get this kind of flash of memory that actually constructs the life of a person. This is a description from memory, based on the similar idea that as long as we remember, the thing is still there. You're creating a narrative that happens in the instant, and you function more as a sort of filter. Memories is not something that is archived and then you go and pick it up. Memories are created the moment you describe them. It is in this function that I remember Miami is concentrating. Anybody who's interested can join. It's already a kind of a very democratic rule in which no one can do it wrong, because every way to do it is correct. You're never more from one place than when you are able to identify the movements of that place, when you're able to describe how that place functions. That is the moment when you are from somewhere. And in this identification of the performer and the city, I think this is where the citizenship comes into play. And in that sense, an idea of a community, because the citizenship is this idea that you are an active member of a community. Many of the performances I have done have no public. Or the public didn't know that they were public. And actually the real public were the ones that got into the public space of the internet and could have all the information about the performance, but they were not there where it happened. The present goes extremely fast away. You know, when they speak of radical events, things that have changed, Pearl Harbor, 9/11, coronavirus. What the characteristic of these events is that everything that was present immediately becomes past. Prophets is just a performance in which two good-looking young men, looking slightly like Robert Redford and Dustin Hoffman in All the President Men, approach the visitors of a museum to offer them a sheet of paper informing the visitors about what is going to happen in the next 24 hours. Of course, I have no paranormal powers, so the information that they distribute is just based on quite logical predictions and some non-so-logical predictions that I might make based on the present. This is really a work about the present. In a way, this is a play that we are doing all the time, anticipating and then checking how wrong our anticipation was, as it is the case with the situation we are living now. No one in their wildest dreams could think that this could ever happen. And in a way, I think this is a good thing.